we've been trying to get women to speak out and men to wake up.
I'm from WAC. I'm with WAC, and I came with my sisters to Houston to protest against the Republicans. We made this action. We put this action together because we knew it was like this was the belly of the beast, and the bad stuff that's been happening during the Bush-Reagan administration has been happening through the Republicans, really, and that's why we're here.
Much has been said lately about the need in this country for a new generation of leadership. That the moment has come for a couple of baby boomers to take the helm of this great and complex nation. That the time has come for generational change.
Here's our statement. We're here. We're a nation and National Gay and Lesbian Task Force.
Could you tell me what Children's Express is? Children's Express is an international news organization ran by kids. We're a print organization, and it's for everybody. We're here covering the 1992 Republican Convention. There's people from all across the nation, the cities like in San Diego, from Michigan, New York. I'm from Indianapolis myself, and we're putting out 2 12-page tabloids in the Houston Chronicle.
What do you think about it?
Well,
I think it's sick that the police officers won't let these people have all their time to protest. I mean, it's obvious that they're violating their freedom of speech. I mean, it's sick. The other day they had the protest, the police officers didn't give them warning to leave. But then again, I think it's important that they keep safe. I mean, we have to keep people safe, and so in the way they're doing it good and the way they're doing it bad. And then they shouldn't really have that many police officers because some of the police officers are even biased, and they're going to go after people because they don't like the way that they think.
Lyndon Johnson called it the Great Society. Bill Clinton calls it the New Covenant. But my friends, whatever name you give it, it is still the liberal welfare state, and we want no part of it.
That is a rat! 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 When that rat, why not stay high?
Make everything all right.
Why not play with us, man? Make everything all well. Go home, fall well. 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 Make everything all well. 4 more years. 4 more years.
What's the big banner, Kevin? What's that? How you doing? All right, what's the big banner? Hi.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you think about
My name's Kevin Sabo from Virginia. I'm a delegate to the National Convention.
What do you think of all this?
I think George Bush has represented American family values for the last 4 years, and we need 4 more.
What do you think American values are?
A mother, a father, and children.
Let me go get some more delegates in Walton.
No. Yes, stay here.
Hold this one. Hold this one. Hold this one. Hold this one.
Oh, no. I can't believe my banner took it.
It's about time. Hey, what do you think of this banner? What do you think of this banner, guys? Hey, off the property. Off.
Yes, here at the hotel. You're demonstrating off the property. Can we just hold now? Off the property now. Can we just hold it now? Off the property! Off! Let's go. I'm a guest and I'm allowed to do anything. Can we stand quietly? I feel like a bad habit. As long as you're a guest, you're a guest. When you're out here, you're not guests. Okay? All right. Off the property. It's cold as the diamond. Sure. Yeah, open. Banners are folded. Pissed me off so much yesterday. I'm so glad they arrested me because whistling and willing. There's a guy with a long black hair holding the corner of the flag. He was arrested yesterday. He was arrested yesterday at the thing I was at. There were only like 6 or 7 of them. They weren't carrying the ACT UP sign yesterday.
The gap between us and our opponents is a cultural divide. There's not just a difference between being conservative and liberal. It is a difference between fighting for what's right and refusing to see what's wrong.
You are wrong.
Those people,
You are wrong.
will you join me in condemning? Will you join me in condemning the obscene gestures?
Why are you so angry?
Because this man is accusing me of being against them personally.
I didn't accuse you of
I
anything.
am
You
using their
certainly
language.
convey the impression that you are.
I am not against them personally. I'm against what they call their political agenda.
Sir,
I am objecting
I'm the
to their
executive
political
director.
agenda.
I'm the executive director of the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force. I'm an attorney. I represent the
Good.
civil rights movement.
All right, is this you out there?
Yes, sir, that is. It's
Is
not.
that you, your queer nation?
There are many
This
organizations
is you, ACT UP.
represented.
How do you feel about ACT UP and Queer Nation? Do you endorse
what-
their acts of intimidation?
They are not an intimidating organization. They are
Why do we
protest
get death threats
organizations.
phoned into the hotels?
Why do we get death threats from your side?
I will condemn death threats right here and right now.
I will condemn death threats right here and right now, too.
By ACT UP and
I want to
Queer
tell you
Nation.
something.
By
The
ACT
gay
UP and Queer
community
Nation.
organizations of this country are under violent attack. Incidents of arson, physical assaults against gay people are on the rise. It's very important for you and for Christian leaders to condemn that kind of violence. We need no violence. I represent a non-violent movement. I represent...
It's not a non-violent movement, and
Yes,
you
sir,
know
it
it.
is.
You're being a hypocrite for saying that it is. As long as the media
well,
is here,
you know,
I'm calling you a hypocrite for that.
Well, I'll call
I'm
you a
saying that this
bigot
is-
to your
I'm
face
not a
because
bigot,
that is what you
because
are.
I am attacking
you preach
gay rights.
hate. You
This
preach
man-
hate and intolerance.
I am attacking
you don't
your
understand the
political agenda.
Constitution.
I am attacking
and,
your political
you
agenda.
You
You
have
want
a
the right-
climate of intolerance that you wish
I don't
to
have a-
create. You wish to create
okay.
a
All right,
situation
let me ask you
that
this.
is not democratic.
How about
I
bestiality
believe
and
in
pedophilia?
That is
Will you
irrelevant.
also- Why not?
We're talking
Why
about
don't you accept
democracy.
it? You want
We're
the
talking
federal...
about democratic
Let me
values
ask you
here.
want the civil rights of this country
I
to
want
include
equal
the terms,
justice
2
under the
words,
law.
sexual
I
orientation.
want equal justice under the law.
For people with a different
I do
sexual
not want to be
orientation.
discriminated
Are those 2
against
words in the
because
law?
of who
Are
I
those
am.
2 words in the law
You're
that
not
you
listening
propose?
to me,
Why would you
and
get
that's
gays and
symptomatic of
orientation?
you and your entire party. You are not listening to gay people. The
We are
politics
listening
of
to gay people.
exclusion.
We
The
are
New
listening
York
to gay
Times
people.
today.
You have shut the door to gay and lesbian Republicans. You want to talk about hypocrisy? You want to talk about hypocrisy?
On a platform.
You want to talk? You have shut us out.
I have not.
I applied for permission to testify. You have. You're a liar.
I was elected with 72% of the vote against someone who endorsed your platform.
And I am the national leader of a gay rights organization who was elected by my board and my organization. I represent people too.
Then how come you don't have a single delegate? Not one.
Because we were shut out.
Shut out of what? You can go and file forms.
You want to listen to my answer, or do you want to just yell at me?
How come you don't have any candidates?
Why are you yelling? Don't yell. I don't want to yell at you.
I'm sorry if I was yelling.
I'm sorry.
That's not going to get anybody anywhere
Sir,
if we yell at each other.
Sir,
The point is this.
Let me pick up the thread again. Trying to get...
More abortion rights for young and poor. Back alleys, no more. Abortion rights for young and poor. Who do we want? Randall Terry. How do we want it? Pregnant. Who do we want? Randall Terry. How do we want it? Pregnant. Who do we want? Randall Terry. How do we want it? Who do we want? Randall Terry. How do we want it? Pregnant.
Jason Brown.
And what you're doing here?
I'm with my mom for the Republican convention.
Have you been down to visit the convention site yet?
Yes, I have.
What's it like?
Well, it's a bunch of signs, voting for people, Bush, Quayle. It's pretty nice.
And if you were 18, how old are you?
I am 13.
If you were 18, who would you vote for?
George Bush.
What do you think of Dan Quayle?
He's a nice man. I think he's okay.
Do you know how to spell potato?
Yes.
What kind of music do you like?
Rap.
What groups?
Tribe Called Quest, Arrested Development. That's about it.
What have you seen here in Houston beside the convention?
Well, I've been Waterworld and Astroworld. We went on rides. We've been to the Galleria, to the mall where they have a 3-story mall. And I've been out to dinner at the Borders Landing. And that's it.
Have you seen any of those demonstrations?
I've seen a couple, yes.
Which ones?
I've seen them on about the pro-life and the pro-choice demonstration things.
What do you think about all that?
Well, I really don't know much about it, so if I had a choice, it'd be pro-choice, because I think the woman should have her own right to do what she wants.
Can you explain what family values are to me?
Oh, well, family value is like, say you had a ring say your dad died and he had a ring and he passed it on to you, and then you would pass it on to your kid, and that would be a family value.
We've met heroic single mothers and fathers when you're doing it all alone. But their children, child-raising grandchildren, shared moments with us. Those yellow also wrap their arms around these, teach their sharing, headed west after World War II. We already had our first child. George was a veteran, he was a college graduate. More Little League games than I can count. George Bush always gives, that his children still come home.
Hello, okay. Hi, I'm Tommy. I'm 19. And I want to address a few issues, the first of which is the idea of abstinence in teenagers. I had sex, in high school, and it was good, and I liked it. And we're saying to the people that say that teenagers have to have abstinence, fuck you, because it's fine that we have sex and it's good. So this whole argument about we have sex anyway, therefore we should have safer sex education is stupid. We like to have sex and it's good, therefore we should have safer sex education. Secondly, I want to address the topic of harassment in high school. In high school I was harassed daily. I was, I got bashed in high school in the locker rooms, the harassment never ends. Teachers used to call me faggot, and no one was doing anything about it. The issues of teenage youth, gay and lesbian youth, are completely ignored by teachers in high school, and it's absolutely disgusting. Finally, I want to talk about the pigs in the Astrodome who continue to ignore this issue and to pretend that queer youth, like me, don't exist. In fact, well, they know we exist, but they'd rather we not, therefore they want to kill us. And the way they're doing that is by saying that we shouldn't have safer sex education, we shouldn't have positive role models, and the President of the United States shouldn't stand up and say, bashing gay and lesbian youth is wrong. He won't say that, therefore he is complicit and he is responsible for it. Fuck off, George Bush.
Yeah! Join me in rolling away the roadblock. Join me in rolling away the roadblock at the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue so that the next 4 years we will match our accomplishments outside by building a stronger, safer, more secure America inside. 44 years ago, in another age of uncertainty, a different president embarked on a similar mission. His name was Harry S. Truman. And as he stood before his party to accept their nomination, Harry Truman knew the freedom I know this evening. The freedom to talk about what's right for America. And let the chips fall where they may. Harry Truman said this.
Oh, he's evoking Harry
Truman. More than a political call to arms. Give me your help, not to win votes alone, but to win this youth crusade and keep America safe and secure for its own people. So tonight I
want to know, did he vote for Truman or Dewey?
To reap the rewards of our global history, to win the peace, so that we may make America safer and stronger for all our people. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
It's amazing, but you can build a house out of bricks made from dirt in your own backyard for $1,500. Kind of a secret that the banks don't want you to know. And take a look at this beautiful dwelling that you can climb on. And it's beautiful inside, too. It's a kiva, almost. It's almost Hopi in its simplicity and its beauty. It's all the work of Nadir Khalil, a poet, an architect, a genius.
What I'm trying to do here is to turn the military dimension of sandbags for bomb shelters, barbed wire for prisoners. The barbed wire here becomes the housing and the sandbags. So we are working with these military systems of sandbags and barbed wire, not for the now war, but for housing. And this, you know, we built these within minutes. It takes 1 minute to fill a bag and a minute to put it here. 2 minutes could be built. And the system that I've worked and I'm designing is when you have, let's say, a disaster area anywhere in the world, you will have one of the military plane can drop these packages, 1,000 bags, some shovels, and some of these wires. Earthquake zones, that's why we use these. Otherwise, you don't even need that. And then on that, people will just build what is there, the best structure.
Well, it's also because it's slippery, kind of.
But we are plastering it.
No, I mean, they slide off each other.
Yeah, well, that's why we're using this. This is really the tension, this is for the friction. And it will also be the tension structure that is there. And as you can see here, we built the arch with it without the use of any team. We'll go up there, as you can see.
What will the roof be here?
The roof here also will be with mud straw plaster. Because for desert,
that's the hard part.
It is the best. No, it's actually within 2 hours they plastered all around here outside. It's just, you just use there, as you can see, we dig here with the material it is. So the transformation of now barbed wire and sandbag as a military image again, like a child image of triangle, child image of dirt as the earth, the military of sandbags and barbed wire, they all could be turned into the housing, into the shelters. And to me, there is absolutely no other solution, because there are 800 million people in the world. They are either homeless or they live in way, way below poverty line. So there is no other material on the world but the earth. I mean, you can cut the entire forest, all the factories go to work, but you can never create shelter unless you work on the earth. And this technology now that have gone into the moon and Mars, now we're bringing it back to show this is what could be built.
Back to Earth.
Back to Earth. So, and here it is again. If you hand me this compass, please, or just right over there. You see, this is what it takes to build the whole structure. See?
Very good.
Take this. You see, hold. You just lay a sandbag, and you adjust it to this. This is it. You lay the next one, and it goes all the way up until it becomes a dome. With this one compass.
It's so simple.
That's it. It's all it takes. No form.
And this is from the technology that you found in Iran?
Well, most places in the world where there is no wood, where there is nothing else but the soil, they had to put their geniuses into work. And this is the way pioneers came to this country. Pioneer American came to this country with nail, hammer, and saw. That's all they brought from Europe or wherever they came. And they built the entire country, including the high-rises and space shuttles. Now they all depend on forests to cut forests, manufacture plastic and cement. The whole thing is lost. That pioneering spirit is lost. Actually, was last year I had that talk to at Princeton to NASA. The same thing, because they were saying that Japan is doing this, we're doing this. There's not enough money, and I said, you know, I would be ashamed to say that it isn't. You've just lost that pioneering spirit. You built the greatest high-rises with that hammer and saw. Why do you want to go on the moon and take everything? Because all the project that was suggested there was to take material to the moon, the steel, the titanium and all this, and build, and yet everything is there. You need to take that skill, human skill, and the high-tech energy systems of how to convert the fire of the sun into the useful fire. Really, this is what basically is. So we'll put window here now and doors, and then this entire thing is built from what we dug from here. And that means anywhere in the world.
It's so simple.
Simple. That one lens, as you can see, is flopping right now. It's going loose, it's calling you, it wants attention. We use the solar energy right there. So let's go there, I'll show it to you.
This is for the United Nations?
No, these things have not been done before, and once we built this, then this becomes that system, as I mentioned. Not this one. No, this will be just the sandbag, the way it is. That is the system I mentioned to you, totally a unreinforced masonry structure. They know. You can put bricks and mortar, and that's it. Here will be another structure we'll be building, a very big one now. It's not quite there. This is just volcanic rocks and recycled glass that we will be melting it together with a solar lens and then dig out the soil from underneath to create another dome. These are from here? Around here somewhere, yes. So if you go here, I'll just show it to you. But basically, if you look at this is structure itself. You see what you have here is what is called leaning arches. You see? The leaning arch, that means you can build it without formwork. You lean one against the other. The secret of these leaning arches, if you go to Choga Zambil in Shushtar 3,200 years ago, these things, the first one that they built still is there because they had no other way but create the structures right in the air. So you can build the whole city without cutting a single tree. If you learn the secrets of leaning arches, corbelling, pendentive, there are just derivatives of arches.
How old is this technology? This goes back.
That's as old as the history of mankind. It's all goes through here because every ring around here that is based on that one compass, this one ring by itself works independently of the next. So that's the difference between a structure that's an L shape or U shape in earthquake. This one takes the whole seismic force and equally distributes it. And it moves as one with Earth. So when we talk about being in tune with Earth, this is exactly what it means because it is based on gravity. Everything is built according to gravity. You know, the buildings that right now we are building is a flat roof. Yeah. Eventually will fall because nature never built anything flat. Every mountain that rises becomes a cone, becomes a dome. You pour a truckload of sand, it takes the form of a dome or a cone. This is the way nature builds. Even soap bubbles, air, like the best one is like water, air bubbles, soap bubbles, which is minimum material, maximum space created. That's the way nature builds.
Why,
it's the strongest.
Why have we been so blind? Why have we not done this? Why is this simple architecture, which is so beautiful, and there must be 30 degrees cooler in here than it is outside.
It is. It is right now. Outside is over 100 degrees, and here you can see how cool it is. Why haven't we built that? Why have we polluted the cities? Why have we destroyed forests? This is the same way. Yeah. It is the greed, the wrong concept of economy, the quality of life that has gone into owning 2 cars and 3 garages and 10 refrigerators, all of these things. It makes you blind to keep buying and buying. The economy, like just Los Angeles, 5 million cars every minute is on war. Why is this? What is so much necessary?
But you built this entire structure from materials that are here, in the desert, from the dirt, from the earth itself.
From the earth itself, the earth, not dirt, because it's earth. So the concept of earth, that's one of the first things we need to teach the children. Don't call the holy earth dirt. And stop making an image of a house like this, because that is what destroys forests. You leave a child, tell them to draw anything you want. He's a structural engineer. Is there any problem with building whatever they draw? There isn't. Especially if you're not building high-rises, you can build anything with this. So once this image of a child with a pitched roof and a chimney and a square window is done, over 55% of forests are destroyed. Just that image. That's
so
it.
We
change the image.
The wrong image of a house.
The wrong image of a house and wrong image of economy. The whole philosophy of we are after, what are we after? Success. Is it success or happiness that we should be after? So you put the success there, and success means what? Means fortune. Fortune means what in English? Means dollar. So really the bank counters or the bank tellers are now fortune tellers. They are the ones who handle the whole fortune. So this is way, everything gets twisted so far away from the reality. So the architecture is, otherwise my own specialty is high-rise building. Ask me about the high-rise, anything you want, or post-tension, precast. But I take all of these back to earth. 16 years ago, I closed my offices in Los Angeles and Tehran, bought a motorcycle, went to desert to build these things for shelters, for people. Because as I said, over 800 million in the world are homeless or without shelter. And the only way you can build for them is what is there under their feet. It's not dirt, it's gold, better than gold.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a great shot.
You can do that if yourself. It really massive.
And that sort of stuff comes back and haunts you.
It does.
And it should be like really dynamic. Very, it sounds like that. Gospel. So rural, and it doesn't make any words.
Really?
And it's like sex and drugs are going to kill you.
Another day in Beverly Hills. You know, one time I saw that movie Down and Out in Beverly Hills, but I never thought it would be me, the character. But actually, I'm a more colorful character than that because I have a purpose. I have a purpose to be a movie star, and I know it's going to happen. It just takes meeting the right person. Well, I think it's time to go have a cup of coffee. My favorite restaurant. They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. What could be better than riding around in Beverly Hills? I'm telling you, this is great. I know there's a producer around here. If I could only find them. How you doing today? How you doing? They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. The biggest star that ever hit the big screen. And all I gotta do is act naturally. I threw that to a Honda. Oh, how do you like this? I'm trying to get my big break. What do you think?
Yeah, I noticed it yesterday.
Oh, did you? What'd you notice?
The car.
Uh-huh. How do you like it?
A lot of attention.
Yeah, it's kind of like your car, though, you know, with the writing on it and stuff.
I'd trade this any day.
Well, nice to see you. What's your name?
Irwin.
Irwin. And you work for Beverly Hills?
You're Dennis Woodruff.
Yes, sir.
I'll remember you.
Thanks. Maybe you can join my fan club someday. Yeah, they love me. I can see it now. Getting my big break and being in a major movie or my own TV show. How you doing? You want to take a picture? Go ahead. How you doing? It's what I'm talking about is the spirit of Hollywood. The force that drives the dream factory. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. When I was 6 years old, I saw the Academy Awards, and I said, Mom, that's what I want to do for a living. That's what I want to be. And she laughed at me. She said, oh, you're crazy. You can't do that. I said, why not? I said, why can't I be that? And for a long time, I really believed that I couldn't because she told me that, you know. So that's wrong, I think. I think you should encourage your children to be whatever they want to be, even if it seems like a long shot. That's the thing that they should go for, is the thing that's hardest to attain, things that are a challenge in life. That's why, you know, I've had regular jobs. I get bored, you know. I'd rather be an actor. I'd rather take a chance on being broke and homeless and go out adventurously, meet people, go to new places. How you doing? How you doing? I'm trying to get my big break. How you doing? Are you a casting director? I'm an actor. I'm in SAG and AFTRA. I do speaking parts, and I'm out promoting myself. And I want to meet people in the community, and people maybe like you. You're a successful lady. You have a beautiful car, and you're a nice, beautiful lady, and you might know people, and word of mouth, you know. You might say to someone, I know this guy named Dennis. He's trying to promote himself. He's trying to get a movie star job. I mean, hey.
You have a card. I'm running very late for the month. You have a card?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Okay, I'll go get it in my car real quick. Okay. I don't have a card, but I'll write my name and phone number real quick.
I have it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
There you go, ma'am.
Okay.
That's my home number. I'll give you my agent's phone number, Jack Scagnetti in North Hollywood, Jack Scagnetti Talent Agency. I'm also managed by the Cunningham Agency in Beverly Hills.
I'll give this to a producer right now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Can't believe it. I hope she really does. Sometimes they just say that to get rid of you. See, well, I'm an actor. I want to be in the movies. I want to be action movies, do action movies. We're off to see The Wizard. Hello. Hi, my name is Dennis. I'm an actor.
Yes, hi, so am I.
Oh, you are? Are you having any trouble?
I'm sorry, I'm late to an appointment.
You think
of course I do. It's part of the business.
It is?
What?
Okay, what's your name?
Jill Ghetto-Lee.
Hey, remember, maybe we can work together in a movie.
Okay, I'll go. Good luck.
Okay, thanks. My name is Dennis. I'm an actor.
Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to promote myself to be in the movies on TV.
Really?
Yeah, and I have my own fan club.
Very good.
And do you think I should deserve a chance? Hi.
Of course you deserve a chance. Everybody deserves a chance.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Have to stay with it, though, right?
I am. I'm working at it every day.
Are you going to the studios, around the studios, too?
Yeah, I'm bugging people everywhere I go.
You hang in there, okay?
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. Hi, how you doing? My name is Dennis. I'm an actor. I'm promoting myself to be in the movies and TV, and I have my own fan club. Just wonder, what do you think about what I'm doing? See, I made my own t-shirt. Give me a movie star job. I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender instead of a bum, which is what I am. Sorry. It's funny to blow people's minds, you know? You know, folks, one other thing I wanted to say, you know, you saw these riots and the people looting in LA, and I think it was a terrible thing. I think the results of what people did was terrible. As an actor, you know, I tried to stay away from everything because I don't think actors should be in politics. They should be working. And I don't think people give a damn what they think as far as different subjects. But one thing I was going to say, when you analyze the whole situation, these people, I was never down there. I stayed in my apartment. But they were writing for a reason. They were trying to get heard, their voices. And if you think about it now that the riots are over, sure, they arrested a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people are doing time because of that. But they've just kind of swept the whole thing under the carpet. They're not changing the city. They're not giving people jobs. They're not helping. Everything's right back to the way it was. I mean, they're not helping the senior citizens. They're not helping people get jobs. All they have to do is take the money out of the parking meters and give homeless people jobs to sweep the streets or clean up the city. They're not doing anything. So see, that shows all their promises that they made to all these people is a big lie, okay? And I think that's terrible. I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because, you know, you guys saw the riots on TV, and I know it was horrifying. I mean, I didn't even want to come out of my apartment. It was a circus. It was crazy. People were getting beat up and killed and mugged, innocent people, and I think it was horrible. But I do think that psychologically you have to analyze that these people in society, poor people are holding in all this frustration that they have about being lied to by people in important positions, even like Mayor Tom Bradley. They're just lying to people. They're just smoothing it over. It's like coming over to somebody who's hungry and saying, hey, you know, things will be okay. Instead of saying things will be okay, why don't you say help them, give them a job, give them some money, give them food, buy them a hamburger. I mean, when you're down and out, sometimes a little bit of kindness goes so far. And one thing, charity begins at home. America is the greatest country in the world. We have the greatest people in the world. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I really think that charity begins in the U.S. instead of giving away all this money to foreign countries. Start helping our own people, because our own people are the greatest people in the world.
Do you have an opinion on the presidential election? Candidate?
As far as politics, you know, I think it's important to vote, but I've seen so much lying and cheating, and these politicians, all they do is lie. They say anything the people want to hear. Clinton, he might be our best bet. If he's not lying, if he's telling the truth, you know, if he sticks to what he's saying, you know. You know, foreign policy, all this stuff, but help the American people, that's the bottom line. Give people jobs. I don't care if they have to write a check for somebody whose house is being foreclosed on. Write them a check. You know, one thing I have to say, like Saudi Arabia, you know, they're a very wealthy country like us. They give their people the best medical care, free. They give them food, all the food they need. They give them free clothes. They give them free housing. They don't stop. You know, they don't put a limit on it. In America, we got these cheap politicians who wear these cheap polyester suits, and that's the kind of guys they are. They're not going to give any money. They're not going to help people. I doubt if they'd be the ones to walk up to somebody on the street and say, hey, here's $5. Go get yourself something to eat if somebody's homeless. They have no compassion. They all ride around in their limos and Rolls Royces. I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but are these the kind of people you want to run your country? I'd rather see him riding around in a Volkswagen throwing $100 bills out the window. Huh.
I like the music. It sounds good. It sounds nice. A friend lent it to me. Brought it down.
Defense lines these past 2 weeks, taking a stand for women's rights. Thank you. What we're doing out there is wonderful. We're fighting for women's lives, and tonight we're asking you to do something a little more proactive. We're asking you to come out and speak, tell us about your life, tell us about the issues that are important to you. Let's not do something reactive. We're going to be proactive today, and we invite every single woman to come up here to speak. Everyone gets 3 minutes. Do that. And every man in this audience tonight, we ask you to participate too. We want your active listening to the issues that are important to women today. $10 million more women voters than men in the United States. George Bush, watch out. All right, 3 minutes, and let's get started. We have our first speaker here. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Thank you. What a wonderful outing for Houston, Texas. We're going to turn this town around, too. The effort has been here for a long time, but you don't know what an enormous addition the visit of New York WAC has been and the creation of Houston WAC. It has re-energized Your spirit and your energy have been transforming these past few days, and thank you. Thank both organizations. It's the second time I've seen this show, and each time I see more in it. It brings back pain of many other people and some personal recollections as well. And I know every woman in this audience can speak to one or more of the subjects that were covered tonight, and I hope that will happen.